Hello there, and we are live. See ya, ladies and gentlemen. See ya. It's only just after a very heated show with me, Ladimus Prime, and Steve Mahala. It's best I bring in the best American I know right now. I mean, I have a whole lot of American people around TJ, and the rest of them, but this is my best because at my lowest point, I keep saying it, on my show and on my channel. This guy was always there for me. He's one of the blessings, bigger revelations I've had this year. I mean, I started a show with him. I think that was last season, end of last season. But throughout the year, I've had the most consistent shows with him. Before it was with Deji Sports, but right now, Deji is big time now. So when the money comes, friends go. But you know what, yeah,
Oh,
guys, I have one of my biggest friends on this YouTube space. This guy, much respect for him. He's a very busy guy, in the background, but he always have time for football stuff. See, yeah, I give thanks this year for so many things. I've had so many things that have gone up right, and some have gone wrong for me this year. But one of the things that have gone right with me is solidifying my friendship with this guy, this American, Oregon, Dallas Tracy, Guna. Big ups to you, man. You're welcome to the show,
yeah,
my
bro.
brother.
How you doing? Thank you for that nice introduction. Wow, I didn't know I was your favorite American artist.
Bro, you're my favorite. I mean, TJ was
Listen
walking up,
to that, you
was walking up his way down there.
Oh
I mean,
man.
2 years ago. But man, after that, man, I mean,
Oh jeez.
it's no more my
Uh,
best American. I mean, I have a show with him,
you
but
do, which
it's
yeah,
still my guy. It's still my
yeah,
guy. But I got my best
yeah.
American. See,
You're too
man,
kind, man.
sometimes you have to feel cozy around some certain kind of people. It's easy for you to create conversations. It's easy for you to delve in deep into some
Pretty
certain
cozy.
stuff. I mean, he likes the kind of music I like. I mean, TJ is a great guy. He loves me. He does music. But I
Oh yeah.
mean, guys, yeah, I have seamless harmony with this brother, Oregon Gunner. Take it
Yes,
away,
man.
man. Talk to these people. Big up Paul Forwell. Carl Rossi
Yes,
is
it's
in
been
the
recorded
house.
already.
Happy New Year to you, Carl Rossi. Carl Rossi. Carl Rossi gets a po po
Happy New
po
Year, man.
po po po.
Oh,
Rossi
for
in
sure.
the building. Big ups to you. AFC always is down here. It's getting to be a big house. Dallas, talk to these
Yep.
people.
Well, happy New Year, everyone. Um, Here we are sitting in third place behind Forest. 850 million spent. But no, I don't got to repeat that. Just happy New Year, everyone. Thanks again for that great introduction, Tony. It's great to see some familiar faces in the chat, or familiar names, I should say. Some faces. But anyway, happy 2025 to everybody. And let's get ready for the game tomorrow because I'm not so hopeful. I was talking to Carl and
I
already
mean,
it's
we'll come to that. I mean, I was telling these
right.
people, yeah, that in the last show I had, that Dan is coming. It's coming, guys, and he's here because I always love his perspectives. He gets his perspectives quite directly, and that's my likeness with his brother. Big ups to Paul Forward Blue Nose. This guy always shares my stuff. Big ups to you, and thank God for you bouncing back. From some stuff you had going on, and you bounce back. You're a real hero. Big ups to you, Paul Forward. Carl Rossi's down here. Big ups to you, Carl. He loves Arsenal to the bone. AFC always. Big ups to you. This year you've been
Yep.
massive for me. Bro, I cannot talk of Tony Cloud Gunner TV without talking about this guy. Yeah, guys. He's not the kind of guy to bring out his wallet, but he's that kind of guy, to just be here for me. Guys, there could be every other streamer, big time streamer, could be on air. This guy is always there for me. This year,
That's
last
the
year,
assembled.
since the beginning of my channel. Big ups to you, the assembled. I really appreciate you coming down here, supporting me and Dal. All true. Thanks very much. I really respect your person. Thank you. And thank you for the spice, everything you bring to this channel, everything you bring to this show, the assembled. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Big ups to Carl Rossi, AFC always, another guy down here. See, without Oregon Gooner,
Sure.
Arsenal have a trip down to the I mean, to the G-Tech Stadium or
Yeah.
whatever they call that stadium right now. My brother, tell those people about your hopes about that game, what you think. I mean, just last week we faced Ipswich Town. I
Hmm.
mean, I hear it. I mean, Ipswich bit up Chelsea Football Club. We'll come to that perspective also, because that's a different thing. We can't be
Sure.
out here saying Arsenal is struggling with this team, and this same Ipswich team is down there beating up Chelsea Football Club, and mathematically, they're in this title race. So, is it that we Arsenal fans aren't really appreciating what Arsenal did by beating Ipswich and Ipswich going down there and beating Chelsea? I mean, that's a different interpretation. But
Right.
again, for me, the performance against Ipswich was that bad. It was a shambolic performance. I
Mhm.
mean, we're getting off from that one with a win, luckily. See, Oregon Gunner, we go down to the G-Tech Stadium. What are your thoughts on Brentford? Talk to us,
I
man,
think
in that
Brentford.
game
Well, I mean, they've only
tomorrow.
lost one game at home this season, right? And I think that was to Nottingham
They've only
Forest,
lost one game. They've only
right?
lost one game
I think that was to
at the
Forest just a
G-Tech
week or
Stadium.
two ago. So,
Mm,
I mean, it's going to be tough. It's going to be very tough. But if Arteta can get the lineup right, if we can actually, carve something out of open play, I think we'll beat them. But I'm not hopeful. I don't. I'm my prediction. I'm going to throw it right out there, Tony. I'm thinking 1-1 already because I wasn't impressed with Ipswich. Brentford's a tough place to play, but I don't think we'll lose. No, I think this has got draw written all over it. I think we're at that place now physically. I think the players are a little bit tired, a little bit leggy from all of the congestion of fixtures that we've had in the
mm,
last few days, week or so. Without Saka, there's a main point of our attack missing. And we saw against
yeah,
Ipswich, he was still loading the right side without Saka there, which left
yeah.
the left side wide open at times for us to attack. I think right now we're just kind of in limbo, right? I don't think we really know where we fit yet in this so-called title race.
Mm.
The Ipswich does a massive favor yesterday, so shout out Ipswich. We were
Shout out
bashing
Ipswich.
them after our game because it was anti-football to the core, but then they come out and put on a show against Chelsea. So that just goes to show that I think what you had said previously that teams are a bit intimidated by us. They don't know whether to come out guns blazing or to
Or
really
to
just
stay
play with
back.
the low block. And I think Ipswich kind of got caught in limbo, right? They wanted to attack, and then they were like, "Oh shit, that's not going to work." And then they're like, "Well, let's do the low block. We'll get some,
Mm,
get some more security in ourselves, more comfortability out here." And once they found that, it was already 25th minute. Kai Havertz already scored, which again is another tap in. I want him
mm,
out, but that's another conversation for another day. The thing is that if we're going to play, I think, like we did against Ipswich at Brentford. I don't
yeah.
think we're going to come out and it's going to be a 4-5-0. I think that little patch is over, especially now with the Saka injury.
Mm,
We had a good run against Sporting Lisbon, West Ham, obviously the Crystal Palace games, and then we came back to reality with Ipswich. And I think that reality is going to hit us even more come tomorrow. But I don't think we lose. I think he will set us up, somewhat defensively. I think. I
mm,
think, like I said, I think we'll see more of the Ipswich performance. Unfortunately, there's not going to
yeah.
be Saka. We're going to see that bum Moreno in there probably, possibly Jorginho,
Dallas,
maybe Thomas
take a
Partey at
pause
right
down
back.
there.
Who knows?
Take a pause down there. You just brought up a point right now. I mean, we are going to the G-Tech Stadium without Bukayo Saka. And
Correct.
I mean, if you go back to our shows, guys, me and this brother have talked about the importance of Bukayo Saka. If he goes down the ground, we all up. And see, yeah, it's all up right now. Bukayo Saka isn't in that game. I mean,
Right.
when you look at the options we have down there to come and help us out on that right hand wing, I mean, Gabriel Martinelli failed in his display in the last game. I don't think
Right.
we should be using him down there. Who do you think would come in down there and actually put a decent shift up that right wing for us? Because we know Martinelli is not the guy. He's just
Right.
not that guy. So, I
Well,
mean, who has the cojones to actually come in and help us and put a decent shift down that right hand wing? Big up to BX Gunner who just came into the
uh,
show. Big up to you.
the only one I could, yeah, big up BX Gunner. Happy New Year, bro.
That's a
The only
year
one I
ago.
can think of is taking Jesus to the right wing. I mean, you could do that with with Martinelli, Havertz, and Jesus, but once he goes out in the 70th minute, then you're really kind of in a bind, right? Because you've got Havertz already gassed as well. And this is his own fault, right? We didn't properly replace Reece Nelson, and we obviously didn't properly replace Errol Smith Rowe, right? Some could say Moreno's the replacement, but he doesn't have the dynamism and the pace
We
that
haven't
Errol
even
Smith Rowe
replaced
does.
Aubameyang. I mean,
Yeah, well,
let's
yeah.
go
I
back
mean,
to
we
that.
can go back in the history books
We
of
could go back.
why you
We
want
haven't
Tony, but
replaced Aubameyang
but
in this football club.
in the
That's how
context of where
shitty
we're at
things are.
now. But in the context where we're at now, I'm damn willing to just take anyone. I'm dead serious. I know that sounds horrible, but if Sesko comes in, great. If Jonathan David comes in, even better.
Marcus
If
Rashford,
Vickers,
we need to take Marcus
no,
Rashford
okay,
on
now
loan
that's where I got to
because
draw the
it
limit.
seems that that's where we're
That's
going
where
to.
I draw the limit. No, I
It
know.
seems like that's where we're
But
going
see,
to.
here's the thing, Tony. Here's what's going to happen. I think you and Steve had mentioned this on the show earlier. You and I know that the real players we want in, and I think many people in the chat know, the real players that we need in aren't going to happen, and we're going to get Fabio fucking Vieira back, and we're going to make a loan move for Marcus Rashford, and that's going to be our January window. You guys know it, I know it, and Arteta is already down that path, right? That's what's going to happen, I think. As much as I could say, oh, I bring in Bakayoko, the guy from RB Leipzig or whatever. Bring in Semedo, the guy from Bournemouth. There's players out there we could take. I don't think we're going to get Cunha. We're going to get Cunha in January. Wolves are going to part with him.
I don't think Wolves. I don't think Wolves. I mean, they might be battling relegation. I don't think in 1,000 years, I don't think there'll be anyone that would tempt Cunha out of Wolves, even in January. I mean, they need him for the fact. They need him to stay alive. I mean, it's not like
I would take. You know who I would take right now? I know it sounds crazy. I would take Strand Larson right now. I really would. I know. He's not the name we want. I know he's probably worth about
might not be the
17
name we need.
But he's scoring goals. He's a big body. He's something different. But I know we're not going to get him. But I'm at the point, Tony, where it doesn't really matter who we bring in because Arteta is going to coach the talent out of him anyway.
Wrongly.
So
oh God,
that's the thing,
guys. You see why I like Dal? It's true. He's gonna outcoach them. It's useless as a manager. It's useless. That was a perspective where I was trying to bring up with Steve. Whether Arsenal have I don't believe we have a coach right now. The guys are just coaching themselves because this manager is useless. I mean, how do you have the best midfielder that started the season with you and hack him off and put him in right back position? It doesn't make sense. And I see Arsenal fans, top goonies, dancing and hollering about the new guy. I mean, the guy we have in left back, Skelly. I mean, you're dancing so soon. Mikel Arteta is going to outcoach that kid. He's going to drop him off when Zinchenko comes in. Does anyone have that? We've seen this manager do these things multiple times. It's going to truncate everything. So at the end of the day, when you have even the personnel down there and you have a bozo manager like this manager, he's not going to do anything. He's going to totally outcoach these people. A clear example, look at Martinelli. Me and you have actually been hollering this season. Martinelli, he looks drab. He's not scoring goals. His best ammunition as a player is his pace. He's not even using it. Mikel Arteta have outcoached this kid to the extent that he doesn't even want to even use his pace no more. His biggest asset. That's how bad the manager is.
It's like having 10 men out on the field. If one guy is not doing their job, Tony, you might as well not even have him out there. That's the thing. And we're bringing back Fabio Vieira. I mean, for fuck's sake, bro.
But again, I think it's Mikel Arteta that doesn't know how to use this players. I mean, if you check Fabio Vieira, he's having a fantastic season at FC Porto. He's having a fantastic loan season. Let's don't get that twisted. He's having a good season at FC Porto. He's led them to lots of goals, led them to a solidified midfield. He's good down there. I just really think that this manager doesn't know how to get a tune out of players.
No, I mean he gets a tune out of some and a tune out of others. You can say that he gets a tune out of the defense, right? He gets a tune obviously of Gabriel.
No, those defenders are just good. It's not really like he's getting a tune out of them.
Okay,
I
right.
mean,
I just
they're good. Saliba is good. He has always been good. But Gabriel
right.
has been a decent defender. So let's don't attach it to him. I mean,
Fair
those
enough.
guys have
Fair
been
enough.
good.
But hey, I fair enough. I think you have a good point. I'm just trying to just, I guess, make some points that,
Yeah, I get you.
I mean, of course, there's improvement all around in the players the more they play, but again, he's that the pep school. It's systematic. If the system
Mhm.
doesn't work, the whole thing breaks down, and that's what we're looking now at City, right? The whole system is broken down into rumble at this point, and into just ruins, and so they're trying to basically rebuild Rome, and we're at the part where we're kind of like we're not ruined, but we're not really that good.
Yeah.
We still don't have this identity yet. We haven't really decided on since that City game if we're defensive or attacking. I mean, why didn't we just go pummel Ipswich? I don't understand it. And they come out and play a barn burner against Chelsea. They didn't even attempt that with us. It's like Alex Ferguson, man. United, smell blood. Go get the third and fourth goal. I don't
Mm.
know, and it's just mind boggling when we score. Like I said, we want to run at 18 goals and conceded 4. And then we run into
Oh,
Ipswich and it's 1-0.
okay, but Dow, yeah,
Just
put this into perspective. I mean,
disgraceful,
we've
man.
said this, we touched on this a little bit before. Is it that we Arsenal fans, yeah? I mean, I'm just the radio guy. I'm not enforcing anything. Is it that we Arsenal fans are a little bit spoiled? I mean, when you because that's what people would say. So I'm putting it into perspective. I'm factoring it in. I mean, Ipswich. We went, we were home. We struggled against Ipswich. They defended properly. Let's don't take that away from them.
Mhm.
We managed to win that game, 3 points at the end of the day. Now, Chelsea Football Club, who have been overhyping the season, go down to the Tractor Boys and they get spanned out of the yard. I mean, 2-0. Everton, I mean, we got a draw against Everton. People were laughing at us. Chelsea went down there to get a draw. I mean, Fulham, I mean, Liverpool, people were laughing at us when we went to get a draw against Fulham. But at the same time, I mean, no one is laughing when Liverpool went there to get a hard fought draw, even lost a man in the battle. So I mean, are we spoiled in a way, kind of like looking at these things in an overblown, over exaggerated manner? Uh, these teams that we're looking down on to go smash up, they're taking points away from other bigger teams. Do you think we're overhyping the whole situation?
Yeah. I mean, like Carl says, we're not spoiled with anything. We haven't won shit in 21 years. I mean, spoiled. I mean, my God,
I'm just saying because that's what many
and
fans
you're
will
on
be saying
roses.
out there.
And the thing
That
is, literally,
Ipswich that we won against.
I know everyone in
I
here,
mean, they beat
Liverpool's
up
going to win
Chelsea,
it.
and they would say, "Look, what are you guys talking about?"
What
So
is the
that's
side?
why I asked that question.
Hold on, Tony. I know. Well, I mean, the Chelsea thing. I mean, like Prime said on your show earlier, they had a good run of 5 games, and they
Hmm.
got found out against Ipswich. It is the Premier League. I mean, as much as we said Ipswich are shit and shouldn't even be in there, which I still believe. They get their 200 mil, 150 mil, and they go back down, and they come back again, and it's a never-ending roller coaster. But the thing is that if you don't score goals in this league, you're not going to win anything,
Yeah,
right? And Chelsea, I think, got into their own heads. But back to what, like you said, your spoiled comment is that we're spoiled with, I think, in some ways, obviously, a shit ton of money to spend in transfer windows. We do. We have money. We're known as one of the spending clubs, right? You've seen the chart, third most spending club in Europe, or fifth in the world, some bullshit like that.
hmm,
The thing is that we got a slim squad. We got rid of players that we could really use, right? And we let Smith, ESR, rot on the bench. We've let Reece Nelson rot on the bench. And the times when we finally need them, after all their dedication in this club, and the times we've gone over 1-year extensions, 1 year, 1 year, 1 year,
hmm.
you know, and then not do anything in transfer windows, 3 keepers and 2 windows. We deserve to be in this spot, Tony. And it doesn't matter what Chelsea does. I mean, as much as I get mad at the $1 billion spent or the 900 million they spend as well, that doesn't affect us. We can't help that. Just like we complain about refs when we have 1 shot on goal at Newcastle.
Yeah.
It ain't the refs' fault. right? But I do love the downfall of Chelsea as much as you do, because I was sort of, kind of worried there too. They would go on a purple patch, which they have. Maybe it's
Yeah.
over, maybe it's not. But we have to focus on what we have to do starting tomorrow in that transfer window.
See,
We have to turn
of
over
course,
our
it's
pages,
good you
bro.
brought up
Try
that
to get
transfer
those players
window.
in.
It's
But I
good
don't
you
think
brought
we're
up that
going to.
transfer window. Big up to the charts, yeah. BX Gunner doing his thing down there in the charts. Carl Rossi doing his thing in the
Yeah, man.
charts. Of course, I want to point to what Carl Rossi just said. See you guys, smash up the like button. See you guys, yeah. It's New Year period. Where are the wallets? Where are the super chats? Come on, guys,
Oh
drop the
my
super
gosh.
chats, yeah. Come on, guys, don't do this
Don't
to
do
me.
that.
Carl Rossi, BX Gunner, come on,
Don't do that.
guys. You have to drop. You have to drop the. Come on, do it once this year for me. Yeah. See you guys. Yeah. Carl Rossi. Let's go to what he said here, man. Just look at that because you talked about the transfer window, and I mean, in less than some couple of hours from my front here, it will be a new year. I mean, the transfer window is open. Carl Rossi says here the budget at Arteta's disposal since his tenure has been so undeserved,
It's
considering
100%.
his lack of understanding of simple football. Exactly, it's akin to watching a spoiled kid getting a
Yeah.
Ferrari as their
Uh-huh.
first car.
First car. Yeah.
See, yeah, Oregon Gunner, that transfer window is open. Do you trust this manager in any way? I mean, we clearly need a striker. We need
Mm,
one more creative
trust him.
midfielder. Our defense is okay. We don't need no more left backs. I mean, we have five left backs on the bench. Yeah, Calafiori is down there. Kelly used to be down there.
Adidas is
Zinchenko is
just
down there. I
around.
mean, enough of these defenders in there. Our defense is okay. We haven't considered a lot of goals this season. I
Right.
mean, we need goals, goals, goals. Liverpool is leading us with about 10 goal difference, and they've not played that game against Everton. I mean, anything could happen in that one. So we need goals. Let's stop with this acquiring of defenders. Balance the whole thing up. Let's bring in midfielders and strikers down to this football club. Throw that all away. Do see, Dal, are you confident in bringing out the checkbook, no matter how little the checkbook is, and giving it to this manager? Do you think he's going to be able to identify, uh, I mean, a certain striker that he needs to bring in that will come here and help us in the starter run in? Do you
No.
want to dispense any more money to this manager to at least even help out? Then maybe in the summer we can think of something else. Can you give
I
this
would.
manager any amount of money?
Yes and no. Yes,
Okay.
because it's the January window and we need reinforcements, and he's already in the job. Right? He's here. They're not going to fire him in January. Do we need reinforcements? Absolutely. I don't trust him to make those, but that's the other side of it, right? So yes and no. The no side is that I don't trust he's going to get the right players in. I think we're going to get Fabio Vieira back, and I swear to God, Tony, it's going to be a Marcus Rashford loan. I don't. He already said that he doesn't even rate Goikarez just because
He said he
we
doesn't
hound
rate
him up.
Gyökeres.
But
What
you got
did
to
we
get
do
the
to
two
this
best
manager?
defenders in the two of the best defenders in the world. It's like, and then within that same week or two, or no, the same 3 weeks, he said that the two plates are trophies. So I really, and then I was watching something the other day about Pep Guardiola and the failure of Man City is because it's so systematic. And if Arteta is taking a page book out of Pep's playbook, then he's using this sort of systematic way as well, which again is taking the talent out of players and not letting them express themselves. And a great example of that is Jack Grealish,
Mm,
right? Excuse me. So,
sorry, man. Yeah.
but no, back to your point. I don't trust him right now. I think that he will find the easy way out. And Edu is in no position. I think he leaves in March, by the way. Edu's in no position to help us out. He's already foreshadowing what he's going to do at Forest and Olympiacos and the other club that owner owns.
Mhm. I mean,
I mean, like I said, at this point, if we need a striker, but do I think they're going to go spend 150 million Isak? No. I
no,
mean,
I mean,
Goikarez price has come down, I think, to about 65, 70, if I'm not correct. If somebody knows the Goikarez price, please put it in the chat. But I've heard rumors of it being brought down to 65, 75 mil. Yes, but at the end of the day, it's not the Portuguese league, bro. And we've saw that this guy up against tough defense does fuck all. I mean,
Yeah.
we completely smashed Lisbon. It wasn't even close. The guy
When you
wouldn't
look
give
in,
us a
when
pass.
you look into that transfer window, who do you think Arsenal could go get that could help us in this title running? Who do you think we could go get right now
Okay,
that will help us in Champions League football right now? Because we also have to consider that when we're talking of recruiting a striker in, it has to be a player that is not kind of like bonded to
right.
a current team that's playing in the Champions League.
Sure.
And definitely, you
Well,
can't
yeah.
really find that much strikers that are quite available. I mean, world class strikers like that aren't playing in the Champions League. I don't know. Did Galatasaray uh is Oshimen cup tied?
I'm not sure, but I know that they got him
I'm
on a
not
free,
sure.
and he's just on loan from Napoli. So they're still willing to negotiate a price with him, I'm sure.
I, I don't know, man.
Right?
I don't know
I mean, well, like
because
I said, at this point,
Oshimen
it's
is
just like,
down there. Is free. Guys in the
Colomani
charts.
would
Who
look
do you
to
want to
bring
see
him
us
in.
go for in the January transfer window that can come in and help us in with other trophies? Yeah, Dow, you were saying something.
Yeah, well, the number one striker I've wanted in is Lautaro Martinez. That's the guy
Yeah.
I really, really, really want in. But at the
Mm.
same time, I don't know if our style of play would even suit him. Like in some cases, I think he'd be another Jesus. You know what I mean? Short, agile,
Nah.
runs
He's
around
a
a
better
lot. You
striker
see
than
what I mean?
Jesus.
There's some familiar. There's some similarities there, right?
Mm.
But I still think Lautaro Martinez is a level better than Jesus.
He's
But
better.
and that's
Miles
about a
better.
$220 million player, bro. I mean, Marcus Thuram I've been wanting in. Musa Diaby, I've wanted, Marcos
Kolomwani is
Llorente, I've
also on the
wanted Frankie
market. I'm
Vieira.
also in some incendiary spaces. I'm hearing Kolomwani is in the market too. So I don't know.
Wait, if we were to get Koulibaly, and I know this is going to drive people crazy, someone like a Sesko, right, who I don't rate, but if we were able to get two strikers in that at least do something, I would actually be okay with that. But if we win nothing, again, I want him out. Tony, even I'm at the point where even if he wins the Premier League, Tony, I want him out. And I know that sounds crazy
Are you
because
serious?
it would be his sixth try. It'd be his sixth try. Like, okay, like Real Madrid, they win it and they ditch the manager, right? They'll if they don't fire Ancelotti and Madrid wins it again, they will fire him in the summertime, right? And that's the sort of ruthlessness and standards that I've been talking about. Rossi, hey Joanne, she's been talking about it. I've known Joanne talking about it now for 4 years.
See, Dahlia,
I
see,
mean, me, Des,
if this
everyone, Maddie,
manager wins
everyone,
the league, it, he gets a pass for me to
he
stay
should
for
not
one
get
more
a
season.
pass, Tony
He gets a
Khan.
pass.
He, he
But
should
that's
not.
if he produces that. But I
I
don't
know.
think he's gonna
If we
produce
win
that.
the league by 1 point above Liverpool, you're going to keep him? Really?
No, I'm not saying. I mean, I want him out. I'm an Arteta out. It's
If he
clear.
wins the league
There's
by
no
one
bickering
point
about
above
that.
Liverpool, let's say,
But I mean,
would you
the
keep
whole
him?
story changes if he wins the league title.
Wholesale changes. They don't know
The
who. Tony,
conversation
they can't
changes.
even get a striker in. Wholesale changes, bro. I want that too. But let's be
Mhm.
realistic, bro. They can't even decide on a striker. They got three keepers and two windows, and it's like, what the fuck are we
It's
doing?
usually he doesn't make it easy on himself. He's a
Exactly.
useless
This is our
manager.
worst enemy. We've said that since day
He
one.
doesn't make it. He doesn't make it easy on himself. So and you have a point there, man. Because even if he luckily wins this league title this season,
It's
I
not going to be
mean,
like 10
I
points or
mean,
some shit.
I mean, you can't trust this manager to even. I mean, to even spend any more money from that Champions League money will be. I mean, qualification money will be getting from that Premiership
Right.
money will be spending. I mean, you can trust him to bring in players. I mean, a manager that doesn't even understand that Gyökeres is the most sought after striker. A manager
Right.
that says that Victor Gyökeres isn't an accomplished finisher. I
That just
mean,
that goes with my narrative before.
he
I don't
doesn't
think he knows
understand
the
it.
European market that well, Tony. I've said it about Edu because I know Edu knows the South American market because he's tied in with the Brazil national team, all that other bullshit. But I don't think Arteta knows players, even like our friends in the chat know players. Even like we play the FIFA game, we know, right? We watch the
Yeah,
competitions. How could
yeah.
those words come out of his mouth? Like the guy's bagging goals for fun. But again, it's the Portuguese league, bro. There's some of those teams are so bad. I mean,
Mm.
so bad, as you know. Like,
I
I
mean,
mean, Ipswich will demolish 4 or 5 of those teams at the bottom.
bro, see, you know what? Yeah, I'm hearing from some quarters, from a very, very direct quarters, that Arsenal is looking on bringing in Marcus Rashford on loan.
Of
See,
course.
I mean, we know this guys aren't going to go bring in a striker in general. We know this. We've said we're Arsenal fans. We bear these cards. We've seen this. Will you take Marcus Rashford on loan? I
No.
mean, we know he's not going to spend.
Second
We know these guys
place.
aren't going to do anything. Will you take Marcus Rashford on loan, or should we just allow it
No.
this season to crash and burn, and then this
No,
manager
no.
will still be here next season? So what do we
Dude.
do?
Why exactly? Like, what do we do? Why would we bring that scumbag from United into our club? What?
Mm,
I mean, my God, Herbert Chapman would be rolling over in his grave.
mm,
George Graham's probably
yeah,
scratching his head. All of a sudden, Wenger would probably be like, "What?" I mean, Marcus Rashford, the guy who's scored 8 goals in 2 seasons. Tony,
it's
I,
shocking.
I mean,
It's
it's
shocking.
shocking. It's
It's
shocking, right?
shocking. That's the level
Again,
we've gone to
it's
right
the
now.
cheap. It's the cheap, easy way out, just like they did with Sterling, just like they did with Trossard, just like they did with Party when we had to play a release clause. I mean, the cheap and easy way out.
Mm,
Vieira, Lukonga, right? I mean, it's
yeah,
just to think that Arteta in this system is going to have unleash Marcus Rashford and he's going to put up 16 goals between now and the 1st of May. I mean, really? And again, people in the chat, I thank you for agreeing with me. If he wins it,
yeah,
it's not like it's going to be 10 or 12 points, right? It's not going to
yeah.
be like a convincing title win. It's going to
Hmm.
be a one-off,
There'll be
and we're back to
questions
where
all
we
over
are
it.
the
Yeah,
following
there'll be
season,
questions.
struggling to maintain the title that we won the previous year before, right? If
Mm,
we win this title, it'll be by 1 or 2 points, which again will put zero confidence in any of us. Anyone
yeah,
here watching
definitely.
today with zero confidence in it. Even if we win by 1 or 2, yay, big deal. King high and all this bullshit. The merchandise comes out, and the following season we drop.
It's all lies.
We
It's
do
all
another
lies.
donkey
It's
shit.
all
So
lies. I mean, it's all lies. I mean, this football club have been lying to us, and we also have a lying manager. I mean, this manager lies through his teeth. I mean, yeah, they asked him certain questions about transfers, and he's saying, you know what? Yeah, we would see about it when we have a big need. We have a big need
we had a big
because
lead last
Saka
season.
just
This
went
is still.
down. What
I
is
know.
this manager talking about?
He
We
doesn't.
have a
He
big
doesn't
need
know.
now.
It's just words at this point, bro. It's
I
just
mean,
words.
this manager is a liar. He doesn't know how to coach. He's out. I mean, he's zapped the whole confidence out of these players. Talking about that, I don't trust this manager in this January transfer window. I don't trust him with any more money. Big up to Joanne Smith, who's
Yeah,
down
big
here.
time.
Tayyip Hussein is down here. Big ups to you guys. Rake up the likes. I need you guys to support me down here. Also, with those checks, I need those super chats. See you guys. Just listen to AFC always. It says something down here. It says Arsenal, Arsenal January transfer window will be a lot worse. Down. Did you see it? Yeah, a
Yeah.
lot worse than the summer transfer window. But these fans will go to the club shop and buy more merchandise. What about raise your standards and demand more? Please talk to these people about what AFC because I mean
It's the same
sometimes they
thing.
don't listen. It goes here, it comes out to the other ear. So talk to these people.
It's the big thing. It's just a PR. It's a PR spin. You
Mm,
know, I'm like you. I don't trust this manager with the system. Again, you know, I was listening closely, and I forget what it was, a show or something about Pep's system, and this manager's taking a page directly out of that. If you don't fit the system, you're sort of out, right?
mm.
If you don't, um, don't follow his rules, you're sort of benched for
Exactly.
a
I
while. I
mean,
mean, we've
it
seen
just
them
leaves you out to roast.
victimize
Look
these
at
these
Thomas
players in
Partey.
their careers.
It just leaves you. Look at Tierney. It just leaves you out to roast.
Right, right, and so again, if he wins the title this season, which I know we won't, by 1 or 2 points, it's not convincing, and there's no real links to any top strikers anymore. Like the Sescu link has died. The Goikarez link, I think, has died, and if anything, I think he's going to Man
Isaac
United.
links are
He's
gone. Isaac link are
over his
gone.
career.
I mean, no one will go pay 150. No Arsenal thinking board member would sanction that. I
Right.
mean, 150 it's on the high side. They have to come down. I mean,
Yeah,
we can pack
yeah.
with
And
Gabriel
again,
Jesus.
what,
We
Tony? And
can
then
even
who's
give
the
them
billionaire
Martinelli.
team
I
then?
don't care. I
And
mean,
it's
we have
there's no
players that we can
guarantee
give
he's
to
going to
them.
fit. That's the
Uh,
thing, Tony. Listen,
uh,
if we spend 150 million on this one player, who's the
yeah.
billion-dollar team now? Right? Us. I mean, we're giving Chelsea shit about it, right? But they have 40 players to select from. They have some of the
Mhm.
best young talent in world football to choose from. Cole
Exactly.
Palmer is
At least
better than
Nicholas
any of our
Jackson is doing better.
Cole Palmer is better than any of our
Cole
attacking
Palmer
forward
is
right
doing
now.
better. Yeah.
Right. He had a shit game the other day, but that happens. So I'm not convinced. And I'm still not convinced on the caliber of player we can get in because we don't have the caliber of manager in. Right.
Mm,
I mean, we were linked to Endrick. I read the other day. Endrick, like he's gonna just give up his at 19, 20 years old, he's a flop at Madrid.
yeah.
He's gonna join Arsenal. If we got that Brazilian wonder kid in, what? Like, what? He's going
It's
to, again,
useless.
he's going
It's
to score
useless.
20 goals and get us a league
If
title.
this
No.
manager still stays in this football club, no
Yeah,
matter the kind of players we
absolutely, man.
bring in, I mean, it's not going to help them. That's a fact. Now
We're going
let's
to
go
end this
back.
season.
Let's go back. Let's go back to the basics. Yeah, Brentford. Let's don't overlook the challenge that Brentford is bringing in. Come tomorrow. I mean, they have
Right.
Janelt in the midfield, not guard in the midfield. I mean, they also have Shade who's down there, Wisa who's scoring goals, Umbuemo who's in top form. That Arsenal would not go and bring out their wallets and go in all out for Umbuemo. They would not because he's in top form this season. Why not just go and get him on loan or something like that? Do a deal, bring him in on permanent basis. It looks good. Yeah, at least let him help us out. I mean, let's
I,
be frank, because Saka is out of the season. Let's don't dilly dally
yeah,
about
he's not
that.
going to be match fit until I think
He's
Arsenal.
out of the season. We need someone like an Umbuemo who could come in, but this football club won't do anything. So
Right.
we're facing the challenge of Yano, we're facing Umbuemo, Weezer, not guard in the
The
midfield. I
organized
mean,
side.
do we have what it takes to actually kind of like keep them quiet down there at the GTEC Stadium?
Well, again, my prediction's 1-1 because I think we're still in that Ipswich, state of mind. If we
Mm,
come out and smash them 4-0, I'm going to be ecstatic. But I just don't think so. I think if you go back and watch that Ipswich game, we struggle against a shit poor side. And
yeah.
they fouled us all over the park too. I thought at times that the ref didn't call, but that still doesn't matter. No, I think we're kind of, again, like I said at the beginning of the show. I think the players are all kind of tired. They're kind of leggy. They've got the holidays on their mind. This is the last
Mm,
game of 2024. So I mean, I
definitely.
know that's not an excuse. I still want them to go out and get the win, but I think it's a draw, man. I do. I just don't
No,
think we have the energy right now.
Brentford have conceded more goals. In fact, they've conceded as much goals as they've scored this season. I mean, they've scored
Well, but they've
32
only
goals
lost once
this
at home,
season.
though, Tony.
Huh?
They only lost once at home.
Yeah, they've only, and again, to a good Man City side at the time.
No,
So
Forest beat them. Forest is the only one that beat them.
no, it's Man City, I think. Man
It's
City beat
Forest.
them at home.
Forest.
Is it Forest? No, check.
Ask
I was
Yeti.
thinking it's City. Okay,
I think it's
good. But
Forest. I think it's
whatever.
Forest.
But I know they've lost one game at the GTEC Stadium this season. Probably maybe it's a Nottingham Forest. Good and okay. But they've
Hey,
considered
always is
about
going to take. Hey, sorry to
they've
interrupt. Always Happy New Year, AFC. Always. I see you got to take off.
yeah, big ups AFC always,
Gotta
man.
bounce.
Happy New
Happy New
Year
Year,
to
bro.
you,
Thank you
brother.
for everything.
Thanks for showing up today, man. Big up to you. Happy New Year. See you next year. And of course, see ya. They've considered 32 goals this season. They've also put in 32, so they've considered as much goals have they scored this season. So they're not good defensively. Arsenal will be facing a defense of Collins down there, and I mean in centre back down there for them, and me will also be down there too. So Lewis will also
Sure.
be in left back position. So let's see
Good
what
news, all right.
happens. But again, do you fancy our chances against that defense? I mean, a defense that has
Um,
considered 32 goals
no,
this season, a
I don't. I got
whooping
to be honest, Tony,
32
because
goals.
I got to be honest, man. As much as if this was like right after the run of the 5-0 games we went on, and we were
Mm,
back, let's say go back in time, 2 or 3 weeks ago, yes. But I still think it's got draw written all over it. I do. That's just kind of what I believe. Like you said, the players seem a little bit tired, a little bit leggy. Um,
yeah.
you'll see how Arteta sets them up. I got to look at the lineup first, and I'm going to, again, throw my remote at the telly if I see Thomas Partey at right back,
Mm,
right? Because
exactly.
then I know when he makes that move, when he thinks to do that, in my
Mm,
mind, it's preventing a loss, right? It's not going for the win because you're ripping the spine out of the team,
out of the
you
team.
know. You
Mm,
so Timber's been playing fantastic there, so I don't see why he would make that sort of change. But it's Arteta. He's
that's
going
it.
to
That's what he
guys.
does
He's going to win any way he can to get the attention on him.
on
Yeah.
him.
Oh, you
Exactly. It's
won.
always about
Oh,
him.
you won, Mikel. Great game. We saw that you had Thomas Partey at right back, and he just basically goes, "Yeah, I did that because I knew that was going to invert him." Right? He'll give some stupid reason of why. And so, if he just picks the right lineup, lets them express themselves and play football, we'll smash them 3 or 4-0 if they come out to play. Their defense is
Exactly.
okay, but if they come out against us and go into like full on
That might
attack,
be a
they're
different
going to get
story.
they're going to
We
get
might
roasted.
exploit those spaces. That'll be the basis of my
Right.
next question, exploiting spaces. See,
Sure.
Joanne Smith, big ups to Joanne Smith, a friend of mine from Facebook. Big ups to you. She actually supports everyone in this, I mean, every one of my clique
Absolutely.
in this space. Big ups to her. I love her so much. And she says, no, I'm in agreement. If we win the league, he can still go sacked. Oh my days. Brutal, brutal, brutal
Well, I
Joanne
mean,
down
if
there. She
we
doesn't like Ateta.
no,
She can't stand his guts actually. She don't like that guy. I
because
mean,
he's a
Dave
prick.
is down here. Big up to Dave is saying he says
Yeah,
five
Dave, good to
seasons
you.
and one league title, I'll still sack him even if he won the title. I mean, look at the assessment. Carl Rossi is still down here. He says this regime end here for the league title. Fans
Yeah,
need to wake the fuck up to this now. It's been 5 years already. Wake up,
that's
guys.
true.
Carl
Very
Rossi
true.
is telling you guys,
Very
wake
true.
the F up. See, in terms of exploiting spaces, Dal, I mean, we've seen Martin Odegaard. We've looked worse with him even in the team. This guy's not driving anything. I mean, when he came back from injury, we all thought, oh, the master is here. The general is here. Our
In
creative
general,
spark is here.
right,
But I mean,
right.
in the games he's played this season after coming back from injury, I mean, it has been very, very
The,
underwhelming.
the
I mean,
spark was here after a half
I mean,
23
there's no
minutes of
spark
Crystal
down
Palace
there.
already
No
losing.
stars are aligning down there. I mean, do you fancy Martin Odegaard to be the creative spark in this game against Brentford?
If he gets enough
I mean, he
space,
couldn't cut it against
yeah, right,
Ipswich, which is
right,
the worst, almost the worst team this
right.
season. Do you
But
think he can cut it against
I,
Brentford? That's half decent.
yeah, I think if he gets enough space, if you know it and I know it, if he gets 4 or 5 yards, he can annihilate any defensive line. He had a nice dribble through against Ipswich. Was it Ipswich? But yeah, and just failed to score. I don't think Odegaard's really kind of the problem right now, Tony. To be honest, I've still got to put it on Kai Havertz up front. Like, when is this guy going to get a decent through ball and smash it in, from 18 yards right inside the box? You know, I mean, the tap ins are great. PKs are great.
I think you're a little bit harsh on Kai Havertz, to be very
Really?
sincere with you. I mean, he didn't come here as the as the striker we need. I thought he was coming here to do other things. But I mean, this
Fair enough.
manager brought him down here as a striker. I've told you, put Kai Havertz behind the main striker and see the magic he does. I mean, he's not that guy that's glittery. Yeah, I mean, you can
Well,
use him
hey,
from the bench.
if
He's a bench striker at
if
worst. But
if
again,
Arteta, Tony,
I
let me
mean,
address
he's
that. Let me
bailed
hold
us
on.
out a couple of
No,
times.
hold on.
Even in this Brentford game last season, he
I,
bailed us home and away. I'm not saying he's the biggest guy in the park. I'm not saying he's the best striker. No, I'm just saying that he has bailed us out a couple of times. And this manager doesn't even know how to get the best out of him. How come Nagelsmann can get the best out of Kai Havertz, use him in different positions and get the best out of him, even get him scoring goals? But this manager can make him into turn him into a top striker. It's the manager. I don't think it's really the player himself. I just think it's the manager. He doesn't know how to use his players. I mean, but again, that's open to interpretation. But again, Kai Havertz
No,
has bailed us out sometimes this season. I mean, he
he
scored
has
his
bailed us
12th
out.
goal this season.
Thomas
The only
Rosicky bailed us
strikers to
out.
actually be above him in terms of
Reece
goals
Nelson
scored
has
this
bailed us
season
out.
is Haaland and
Tony,
Mohamed Salah.
Tony,
He's the
listen to
third
what you're
best
saying, bro.
striker
Listen
in
to what
this
you're
league.
saying. Listen to what you're saying, bro. You're saying Kai Havertz bailed us out. So is Thomas Rosicky. So is Reece Nelson. So is Emerald Smith Rowe. I mean, is bailouts what we need? No, we
No,
need
no,
someone to
we need a striker. No, I've made
right.
that clear, but I'm just saying that Kai Havertz isn't the worst in the park. That's what I'm saying. I mean, we have Martinelli that's completely has broken wheels. The wheels are
I hear
fallen,
what you're saying.
and people still want him in their team. And people are still getting at the back of Kai Havertz, who has actually bailed us out. He's done something. He's contributed.
No, I
I
would say
mean,
Kai Havertz has
what has
had a
Trossard
better
done in this
run.
team?
Yes,
No, 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 no.
run
Let's
into
take
the
it there, but let's take it there, Dow. I mean, what has Trossard brought into this team? Utterly useless. I
true.
mean, what has he done? It's useless at this point. He's not scoring goals. He's looking
Right.
drab. The hunger has disappeared. The manager has sapped the whole confidence out of this kid. I mean, it's all gone. The wheels have fallen. I mean, why would we be getting at the back of Kai Havertz, who is even trying to even bail us out? The rest are not even bailing us out. So, I mean, why is it a worse guy on the pitch to some people when we have clearly some other people that have done nothing for this
Tell you what,
team?
Tony, because it's not okay, it's not convincing. I just when I see Kai Havertz, even at left mid, I cringe. When he's the striker position, I cringe.
Hmm.
I just I, the way I like to watch the game is, or how I expect Arsenal to play, is completely now like out the window with Kai
Yeah,
Havertz in there. I get it. There's talent there. I'm not arguing that, right? But what I am arguing is that perhaps this isn't the league or the squad for him fully. He's
yeah.
had some great purple patches, and yes, he's bailed us out. Excuse me, but so did Nicholas Bettner, right? That's where I'm coming
Lord
from. At the
Bentner.
end, Lord Bettner, right? Oh, his pink boots, yay! Scores against Tottenham, yay! Right? But at the same, I just, and I can't stop thinking about the price tag.
Mm,
Right, that's the problem. That's one of the biggest problems. If this guy would have brought in for 25, 30 mil, we could say, okay, that's a 25 to $30 million player because he
yeah,
performs like that.
yeah,
Right?
exactly.
This is not a $65 million versatile forward attacking mid left eight. There's no. Now, I want to go back to a point you made, which I do agree with, though. In a 4-4-1-1 setup with Kai Havertz behind the striker, yes, I could see that kind of working. But
Yeah.
I've also seen him follow like a lost puppy Martinelli when he was on the left. I've seen him follow Saka when he's kind of roamed around in midfield, not knowing where to go, and crowd spaces out of Odegaard. Happy New Year, Badger, real one.
Real
You know,
one, Highbury local badger. Big ups to you, man. Love you to death,
he's
man. Big
he's
ups.
crowded out spaces in the midfield where Odegaard needs to operate, and then we've seen Odegaard push him away,
Yeah,
right, at times. So I just feel like, yeah, he's physically he's good. He's got a good foot. I think he has decent vision, right, when he's playing. Sometimes, I mean, his passes have been shit for a lot of the times as well.
yeah.
But I just is he. It's just 65 mil, bro. Like we could have spent add another 50 to that. We've got Lautaro
And get
Martinez
a
here.
big time striker. Yeah, I
We've
want a
got a
big
big
time
time striker,
striker.
and that's where I get the because we
Yeah,
go spend that money again on Calafiori.
yeah,
35
exactly,
mil
man.
for Calafiori,
Calafiori.
65
Calafiori
mil.
has looked
Havertz
drab this
100
season,
mil.
man.
What are we doing here?
I was
Right?
giving
That's
him the
where
benefit of the doubt. He just came into this league, but again, it's useless. It's a useless signing. For me. It's a useless
yeah,
one.
I
But
mean, he's
again,
better than Zinchenko, I guess, but it's still, but Calafiori, maybe it's sort of unfair. But the thing is, he's a raw talent. I think there's probably something there with Calafiori, but I've seen enough of Kai Havertz, right? He had
mm,
a great purple patch at the beginning of 2024. He was obviously in form. was clicking with the team, was understanding the system, was understanding what Arteta wanted him to do. And I get that, and I appreciate that, but it still didn't get us a trophy. And
Hmm.
to think that this guy's going to shoot us to glory, it's just not going to happen.
It's not going to
You know,
happen.
and
Yeah,
so
I
I
hear
just
you. But again,
like
we have the opportunity of going to the transfer window and bringing someone in. I don't think this manager would want to even bring anyone in. He doesn't need help. I mean, he has an over bloated ego. Okay, good. Look,
right.
Waneri, do you want to see Waneri coming tomorrow? Do you think this kid's confidence has been shattered? And I mean, he's going to be looking at Rhys Kelly's renaissance right now. I mean, we brought him against Liverpool. Salah did his thing on him, shattered his
Mhm.
confidence. But he's back now. This kid can defend. And he doesn't have to just leave his defensive duties just like Zinchenko does and
Right,
just
right.
hovers invertedly. I mean, it keeps it clean back there at the back, right? Good. That's what we need. That's what we want our left back doing, defending properly. We don't need I mean, you can go inverted, no problem. But I mean, that is your primary duty. Go stick yourself down there at the left back position and stay there. That's what we need you. That's what
Right.
Rhys Kelly is doing right now. Do you think Waneri is looking at Rhys Kelly right now and looking at Mikel Arteta and saying, you know what, yeah, this is what I should be doing right now. I should be creating chances for this team, but I'm not getting the opportunities I should be getting. Do you think that Waneri is looking at the whole process right now? And mind you, he hasn't signed that deal that Arsenal are putting
Mm.
forward to him. Do you think that this guy would say, you know what, yeah, I think I want to leave at the end of the season? Is this a probability?
Yeah, I think anything's a probability right now. I think any player, I think any player is up for sale. I mean, we've already had Thomas Partey linked to Barcelona, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So I think anyone's on the chopping table. Not to mean that if you don't follow what Arteta says, you're on the chopping table. I mean, there's that side of him as well. But I don't think he's putting the cleaver to Waneri. I think he's just not playing him because I think he's a little unsure of his age, ability, and so forth, right? But to me, you could put Waneri right now in for Saka,
Hmm,
right?
hmm.
I mean, he can play an inverted mid. He can play wide mid. Just have him invert,
Exactly. He can
right?
play in that. He can play in that place because Martinelli completely failed his audition in that place against Ipswich. He
Right,
failed in that. He failed in that audition. Why not
right,
bring in this kid and let's see what he can do down that left hand wing?
right. Because what I think what you have is still the creativity of Saka, the pace of Saka, maybe
Hmm.
not the innate talent and ability of Saka, right? Because I do think Saka's a very, very, very good player, and Waneri's good, but he's not great. I think Saka's a great player, to be honest. Um, but
But Warner is a
Waneri
direct
has
player. I think he
Waneri,
could
right?
get
But
the ball
Waneri had to
ahead in
play.
that way.
He had to play a little different way, right? Maybe without the cut-ins. Maybe he just goes closer to the byline.
Hmm.
Put something across goal.
Yeah.
Maybe him and Odegaard can interchange. But those are the things that I think that you and I understand, and people in the chat understand. But does Arteta understand that? I just what I don't want to see. I know some people do is a Waneri, Odegaard, Rice midfield. I think that midfield is too weak.
He looks too weak. And
It's
again,
too weak.
Declan Rice,
It's
his
just
form
not.
has been drab. I mean, we'll come on to
Well, I
that.
think he's picking
Look
up, to
at
be
something
honest. He's
from
in the
Rossi here.
match
He
not
says,
too long ago.
Dal, would you take Delap from Ipswich? Bear in mind, we will not be going in for the likes of Gyökeres, etc. What do you say to that, man?
Yes, I'm seriously open right now, Carl,
You
to
take
just about
Delap
any
from
space.
Ipswich?
Hey, bro, if it's 35 mil, why the hell not? Yeah, right. But take a chance on him because no matter what, if he
That's
turns
that's
out
a
to be
that's a
crap,
big one.
then we'll just move him on at this point. But that's the thing. I think players like Delap, Kuna, Sesko are literally stopgap players, meaning that we're just getting them in just to fill the gap, right? We're
Mm.
not, and even Emblemo, I think you can put on that list. We're not going to win a Champions League with Emblemo. We're not going to win a Champions League or title with Sesko. We're not going to win a Champions League with Liam Delap up front. We're not going to win a Champions League with Cunha. I mean, there's four names right there that we've been linked to yay, right? I mean, do you guys get excited of any of those names? I don't.
I don't.
I really
I
don't. And
don't.
maybe the
They're
market
thinking
just
of
isn't
bringing
there.
back Fabio
See,
Vieira.
without those four, Tony, I would
That's how
rather
bad this club has gone to. Fabio
instead of going
Vieira.
to that, yeah, instead of going to those four, I'd rather bring in two, Boniface and Koulibaly. If Boniface
Exactly.
is available for 18, 19 mil, which I've heard, bring him in. But you've
How
got
about
to
Lookman?
complement
How
that,
about
right?
Lookman? How about
Right,
Lookman?
you bring Lookman in, but I
How
still
about
don't think
Lookman?
right, but I still don't think he's enough, right? You bring
Hmm.
Lookman in and another player, right?
Yeah,
If
no,
you're going to
no.
spend the 65 or it's 80 to 100 mil, that's two players to me. You could bring Lookman in and Koulibaly. You can bring Lookman in and Kuna. You can bring Lookman in and Embuemo. But one of those is not enough,
Mm.
right? You see where I'm going with this?
Yeah, I see.
Kuna and
I see.
Embuemo, bring them both all day long. But one
Yeah,
of those ain't gonna do it, bro. It just ain't gonna cut it. It's not.
good.
It's gonna be like again putting a square peg in a round hole,
In a
and
round
that
hole.
he may
I mean,
score
just
some
before we
5,
go,
6, 7 goals here or there, but Mateus Cunha is not going to get you to a Champions League semifinal.
definitely, just before we go, see, yeah, the other games they'll be playing, yeah, because we have to go. The New Year is coming up here,
Sure.
so I have to go pray into the new year. See, yeah, um, Manchester United have a date with their biggest rivals, Liverpool, this weekend.
They
I
do.
mean, Dal, do you want what Liverpool is going to do to Manchester United to be televised live for all to see? I mean, we could be
Manchester
witnessing
United.
murder on the dance floor, bro. I mean,
Yeah, it's gonna be yeah.
take us what you think about that matchup and take us through the predictions for these games. Brentford, Arsenal, Crystal Palace, Chelsea,
Jeez.
Newcastle, Tottenham
We're
Hotspurs.
gonna have to do those one at a time. So I guess Liverpool United. It's gonna be it's at Anfield too, correct? Yeah,
Yes, man.
we're gonna go to Anfield and then come to the Emirates. No, you're looking at 4-0. 4-0 demolish.
4-0.
Oh, bro,
Jesus
United
Christ.
are so bad. Did you watch the Newcastle
Jesus.
game yesterday? Did
Bro,
you
they look
watch any of
bad.
it?
They can't
Oh
defend.
my God,
They
they can't
can't
defend. They can't
defend.
string three passes together. Every
Did
player
you
is
see
getting pointed
Martinez?
with this. He's terrible,
Did you see Martinez?
bro. I would rather
He's
have Ben White at center back
shocking
than
defender.
Martinez. He is
I can't
terrible.
believe
Yeah,
it that
he's terrible.
we went all balls out for that guy. We
Okay,
wanted to get
well,
him
yeah,
in.
no system maybe. Well, as a backup to Gabriel or Saliba, maybe, but no, no. I'm predicting 4-0 on that. Liverpool are going to absolutely shit all over them, and as they should. They
Carossi,
should.
look at what Carossi says.
8-1. Hey,
Carossi says
it's
8
not out.
1.
It's not out the frame. Yeah, Michael
I mean, they
Harris.
can't defend. They can't defend. I mean, they're
Hey,
not good in defending set pieces. I mean, the midfield is old. The striker division is quite horrible down there. I mean, Manchester United booed their own player yesterday when they hacked off
right.
Zexi in the 33rd
Right.
minute. I
Right.
mean, it looks drab down there. I mean, Hoyland
Which I
can't
don't
score
think he
goals.
deserved that treatment
Marcus
from the
Rashford
fans.
wants to hang out with rappers. I mean, bro, it's the end. It's the end. As we know it, Manchester United is
Yeah.
dead. I mean, the floors aren't good. The roofs are leaking. I mean, it's a
Not
rat-infested
poison.
stadium.
Yeah.
Bro, these are all proven stuffs. The
No,
rodents rolling all around.
it's
I
like
mean, see,
Luton.
the best football club,
Luton
the
of the
best of
North.
the best marketable club in the whole of the league might be on their way to a relegation scrap this
Oh,
season.
yeah, bro. They could get relegated. They could get relegated.
Good. The next game.
What is the next game?
Chelsea, Tottenham Hotspurs. Chelsea,
Oh, that's
Tottenham
a
Hotspur.
far. Ooh, I got oh shit, I got 2-2 on that, bro. 2-2.
2-2. Okay.
2-2. Desmond
Interesting.
2-2.
Okay. Newcastle versus Tottenham Hotspurs. Big up Michael Harris. Big up Harris. Happy New Year to you, brother. Big up.
This is score I like. Newcastle 3, Tottenham 0.
Huh? What did you say?
Newcastle 3, Tottenham nil.
Okay.
Wow.
I mean, see, we're playing Newcastle in the Carabao Cup.
They are.
Aren't you worried that, don't you want their
Yes.
form to drop just a little bit just before
Yes.
we play them in the Carabao Cup? Because we don't need a confidently boosted Newcastle team to come face Arsenal. I mean, but anyway, I mean,
Well, it's peak.
it's
Newcastle is
hard to
so
ask
good
for a
right
Tottenham
now.
win, but I
Yeah.
don't want all these Newcastle's Nottingham Forest to start to believe. I mean, if they're winning all these
Well,
games and they start
what if,
believing, I mean, where
what
will
if
it
the
keep
top
Arsenal?
four? What if the top four is Liverpool, Arsenal, Forest, and Newcastle?
What's your
No, I
predictions?
think
Arsenal
we-
versus Brentford at the GTEC Stadium.
Arsenal versus Brentford. I would go well. And again, we're in the doldrums right now. It wasn't good against Ipswich, and I think we're kind of continuing the mode without Saka. But I want to see on where Waneri start at the right wing and have him
Okay.
just invert him, right? I mean, you can kind of move the play around, right? There's ways to do it. There's
Mm,
ways to fit one area in, but of course he's not going to do that. He's probably going to put that. Well, who's going to put up there? I think
yeah,
if we go with the standard lineup, standard back four with Timber, Lewis Skelly in the left, Starsky and Hutch in the middle. Our attacking three will be interesting. I think he's going to do Martinelli, Havertz, and I think he probably will put Jesus on the right.
bro, that attack has no
Or
bite, man. But
Trossard,
anyway,
Trossard instead of Martinelli, which I don't rate either because we know Trossard when he starts, it's
yeah.
So
See you guys.
Trossard's our impact player.
Michael Harris is here. He says Arteta is like another AW, Arsene Wenger. Paid 15 million PA to keep KSE happy. All they care about is profit and Champions League money and match drops. Bottom line is let's enjoy Saliba while he's here, guys. Guys, read beneath the lines, pierce into what Michael Harris is saying down there. Let's enjoy it while Saliba is down here. Carl Rossi says, tap in, Rossi, in the building. Yeah, exactly, man. Carl Rossi,
Wine
two,
glasses.
two. And the assembled says here, anything but a defeat or
Yeah,
draw.
yeah.
Carl Rossi says, yeah, very true, Michael. Topping wine glasses. See ya, guys. I'm off. I'm off. See ya. Dal, please, where can these people find you? Talk to us, man. Let's go.
Well, thank you again, Tony, for another great show. I'm glad we got to dive into this stuff. But yeah, you can find me at Oregon Goon at youtube.com or infamous underscore Dal on Instagram. And yeah, I'll be with TJ tomorrow for a match
Mhm.
reaction after the Arsenal game. And Friday for the American Idiots show. I'm not quite sure yet what time we've got for that, but I think we'll put something together. Again, Happy New Year to everyone. The end of 2024. We turn the page. Tomorrow is a new, fresh start. If you've got any people in your life, friends, family, you need to tell them you love them. You need to apologize for something, or you just need to make amends. Today's the
Yeah,
day to do it. So, other than
yeah,
that, thanks again, Tony. Much love. Thank you again to everyone in the chat. Much love and Happy New Year. And
yeah.
let's have a great 2025.
Yeah, sure. See ya, Dal, man. You've been one stand-up guy for me here, man. Big ups to you and
Yeah,
thanks
bro.
for your friendship.
Absolutely.
Big ups to you. Thank you so goddamn much. I'm glad that me and you started doing the shows. We became more closer. Big ups to you. I can't wait to have you here in
Oh, yeah.
Europe next year. So definitely I'll be coming down to England to see you.
Perfect.
Um, thank you to everyone
Yeah.
on this channel, on the panel. These panels I've been having all over the place. Thank you to everyone who is in the charts. The Assembled has always been here for me, no matter the weather. Big ups to you, The Assembled. Lots of respect. Thank you, Oregon Gunner, as also a member of my channel too. Big ups to you. You've always been
Sure.
here for me too. Big ups, Carl Rossi. Comes here quite a few times. Marka Harris, everyone who's been here for me. Amy Baba, Joanne Smith. She has always shared my stuff
Mhm.
on Facebook and every other place. Big ups to Joanne Smith. I love you. Amy Baba has also been doing bits. Paul Forward Blue Nose has always been here too for me. All these people, yeah, but all these content creators I work with. TJ also, I've been doing lots of shows with him at Cycling and TV.
Flawless.
Yeah, Flawless also. Big ups to all these people,
That's a
yeah.
great show you guys got.
Waffle TV, I've also been doing
Yeah,
things
big up
with.
abs.
Steve Mahala, Josh Trugoon, all these
Yeah,
guys, a
yeah.
lot of the Fight Week show. All these guys that I've been working with, Deji Sports also. Big ups to all these guys, yeah. Happy New
Mhm.
Year to you guys. And next year, will be a blessed year. So, Oregon, bring out the chicken, bring out the turkeys, the chips, the
Oh
drinks.
yeah.
In some incendiary spaces, man, if there's any other vegetable you could bring out,
I could use a
you know,
salad.
I mean, it would be
I
good
could
for
use
you
a
to have
salad.
that good sticky icky icky.
Oh boy.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Woo, yeah, I'll definitely a lot of that. I'll be one of those
See ya,
guys for
guys.
sure.
Yeah, from me and my brother, Dal. We are out. Happy New Year to you guys. Happy New
Happy
Year.
New Year,
See
everyone.
you guys soon. Peace.